here.
Oh, I'm so glad to have you.
Thank you, Renee.
Do you know what next month is?
I do not.
Next month is Women's History Month. It's a time where women are being honored, they're being celebrated, and they're being saluted for the things that they've done in their lives.
I like that.
Yeah.
Man, that's good.
So with that being said, what I thought I would love to do, I always try to do something for Women's History Month. I wanted to honor some women that I know in my own personal life, in my own community, that have overcome some challenges, situations, and share those things to inspire other women. So Theresa, with that being said, can you tell us a little bit about yourself?
I can. Thank you so much for inviting me, first of all. I am a mother, a grandmother. I a photographer, videographer, thanks to the tutelage of Renee here. I also went back to school to get my degree. I have a bachelor's in project in management and a master's in project management, and I'm currently getting my doctorate degree. And I'm very excited about it, Renee.
Oh, that's awesome. So Theresa, with our theme being I'm stronger and I'm wiser, can you share with us an incident or a situation that has happened in your life that has made you wiser and stronger?
Well, the most recent one would be my husband. I was married, and he's now passed on, but he was having some really difficult emotional issues with his sickness. He had a stroke a long time ago. And in that period of his stroke and all the things that he went through, it really was it was really tough on him because he had emotional downfalls and pitfalls that, you know, being a caregiver, because that's what I became, his caregiver, I ended up having to deal with a lot of his emotional abuse, basically, is what it was. And during that period, I became stronger, and the way I became stronger was through the Word of God, through prayer, through fasting, and it was all to ask God to help me, get me through this, Father. What can I do to help him? Because it was really rough, you know. He was so angry at himself that he just projected all of that onto me, and I had to really ask God for his help.
For help, yeah. So what was some of the forms of help that you got from him?
Some of the forms of help was, I thank God for how he led me. My husband was partially blind, so I did a lot of the, you know, going to work and doing everything I needed to do. But one of the things that I ended up doing was joining a certain church. And as we were going there, the one thing, I went by myself. I'm going to make this really short. When I went by myself, I really started liking this church, and I was like, wow, it's really felt like I'm home.
What church is that?
That was True Believers Ministry, Pastor Michael Barnes and Sheila Barnes.
Pastor Mike.
Yes, Pastor Mike.
Yes.
Such a funny person.
Yes.
And so during that period, after I went there a bit, I asked my husband, you know, would you join me and go? And he came, and he really liked them. Well, the men there, they have a way of embracing you. Not me, you know, I don't mean that in any other way other than in a respectful way, but the way they embrace my husband. Because my husband never wanted anybody to help him but me. And God gives us, you know, I did everything I could, and I kept him with me all the time. I walked him in, and I did everything, and blah, blah, blah. But one day I came to the church with my husband for maybe the third time. One of the brothers came out and said, hey, Sister Theresa, we're going to take him from you. When they took him, he held on to me like, no, I don't want nobody but you. God gave me wisdom. I let him go. But see, what I had to realize also was I needed to let them take him. Because God is dealing with me now. And he took those brothers. And I'm telling you, it really changed him when I went that direction. So they were like a key to my being stronger and wiser, because not only did they do their part, there were women there that kind of took me under their wing and started really talking to me, ministering to me. And honestly, I didn't even realize it was happening, because God was doing things. And then when I was leaving, I started feeling my strength. I really started feeling like
Wow.
that I could do this, you know?
Yeah.
It just got easier for me and easier. And I looked forward to going there because just so they could take him off my hands.
Right. So you definitely were getting your strength.
Yes, I was. And I really was. And I honestly felt
That's
like God
amazing.
led. Yeah. And you got to realize where God is leading you
to get your help.
Yes.
You don't know where your help is going to come from.
Yes, and you really don't. Because when I went there, I never thought that this was the thing. I never thought this was, that they were going to be a key to my strength. Right. And at the end of the day, they were also the key to my husband wanting to dress better. Because he would just wear black. And he would just want to stop doing what he's doing. Okay. You know? So, but then, what he did was, he allowed himself to move forward. Okay. And go with those men. Right. And then he became one of the people over the men's ministry. Wow. I thought, he's partially blind. What is he going to do? But they listened to him. And you know, his last days was just so full of hope. Right. Hope, and that was God. Yeah. So God even made him stronger and wiser you know? Towards the end. Yes, towards the end, and I was blessed by that. Amen. That's wonderful. Wow. Yeah.
So what would you say to other women that could be caregivers of a grandchild or of an ailing spouse or someone? What words of encouragement could you give them?
I would give them these words. Trust God. Okay. Trust Him. Okay. Because at the end of the day, when things are going down in your life and you feel like it's going down, it really isn't. God is right there to catch you. Use wisdom. You know, allow God to help you. Because one thing the enemy don't have on you is your power. So don't give it away. Okay. Hold on to God. Let God help you. When He sends laborers your way, you may not always recognize it, but let God reveal that to you so you can get stronger and wiser.
Right. Because sometimes I think we're stuck in, I've always done it this way, I've always done it that way, and I don't know if I can change, or how's He going to accept these new people, you know, clinging to Him now. Yeah. But it helped you.
It helped me.
And that was the wisdom of God. So God saw His needs.
Yes, He did.
And He met His needs, and He also met your needs.
Yes, He did. And it was such a blessing. It made me stronger, and it made me wiser. And it also made me feel like I can do anything I need to do because I don't have to feel like I'm alone in it.
Right. Amen. Wow. Well, thank you, Theresa. You have been a breath of fresh air as we talked about Women's History Month. And I want to honor you as being a dedicated wife to your husband, doing everything that you needed to do for him before his transitioning. And you stood strong, and now you're wiser. So you definitely have a testimony to share with other women, encouragement that you know, to go along the way, help along the way.
I appreciate that. Yeah, I do.
Sure. Well, thank you all for joining us today from RM Photography Studio here in Waldorf, Maryland. I'm here to meet your photography needs. Interested? 240-423-6775. I'll see you in the next episode. Segment. One of those.